You wake up tired. Not exhausted, not burned out, just tired. You check your phone before you're fully conscious. Scroll. Notifications. Messages. News. Nothing terrible happened, but nothing feels meaningful either. You get through the day. Work. Eat. Watch something. Scroll again. You're not suffering, you're just flat. And at some point, maybe late at night, a quiet thought shows up. Why doesn't this feel like enough? The strange part? You live better than kings did 300 years ago. Warm bed, endless food, instant entertainment, climate control, safety. Your ancestors fought wars, starved, froze, worked themselves to the bone just to survive. Humanity spent thousands of years trying to escape suffering, and you did it. So why does it feel like something's missing? The problem isn't that something is wrong, it's that nothing is hard. And when nothing is hard, nothing feels real. Comfort doesn't kill you violently, it erases you quietly. This is why. And here's what you don't notice. Your entire life is engineered for minimal friction. From the moment you wake up, everything is designed to reduce effort. Food without cooking, entertainment without waiting, connection without presence, work without movement. Algorithms anticipate your desires before you fully form them. Inconvenience has been quietly engineered out of existence. Your day unfolds on smooth rails. No real resistance, no real threat, no real demand. This is what progress promised. Comfort, efficiency, optimization. Mission accomplished. But something feels off. Because you're not built for a frictionless world. And when life requires nothing from you, you slowly stop requiring anything from yourself. Because you're not built for this. Your brain evolved over millions of years in conditions of scarcity, hunger, danger, uncertainty. Every calorie was earned, every comfort was temporary, every day required effort just to survive. Your reward system, dopamine, satisfaction, meaning, is calibrated for that world. A world where you had to work for everything, where pleasure was rare, so it felt intense, where safety was temporary, so you appreciated it, where accomplishment required genuine struggle, so it felt real. Struggle wasn't an obstacle to life. It was life. And now, pleasure is infinite, available, instant, so your brain stops responding to it. Nothing feels good anymore because everything's available. You've hacked the system, and the system is broken. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. You get what you want, it feels good, briefly. Then you adjust. The new normal. And you need more. Bigger. Faster. Newer. Shinier. But it never lasts. Because the problem isn't what you have. It's that you have it without earning it. Reward without effort is just emptiness. And you're drowning in it. Nietzsche saw this coming. In 1883, he wrote about the last man, the final evolution of humanity. The last man has conquered suffering, eliminated danger, optimized for comfort. He's safe, fed, entertained, healthy. And he's the most pitiful creature Nietzsche could imagine. Nietzsche describes him. What is love? What is creation? What is longing? What is a star? The last man blinks. He doesn't understand these questions because he doesn't feel them. He has pleasure, but not passion. He has safety, but not purpose. He has entertainment, but not meaning. He's optimized comfort and lost his soul. We have invented happiness, says the last man, and blinks. And Nietzsche is horrified. Because the last man thinks he's won. He's comfortable. Why would he want anything else? He wouldn't. He can't. He's too numb to even know what he's missing. No struggle, no greatness, no art, no creation, no transcendence, just maintenance, comfort, consumption. And the worst part? He's happy, or thinks he is. This, Nietzsche said, is the greatest danger facing humanity. Not war, not famine, not collapse. Comfort. The last man is the warning. And you're looking at him in the mirror. The Stoics understood something we've forgotten. Comfort makes you weak. Not just physically, psychologically, spiritually. When everything's easy, you become fragile, dependent, afraid. So the Stoics practiced something radical, voluntary discomfort. They called it ascesis, training. Seneca would sleep on the floor, wear rough clothing, fast. Not because he was poor, he was wealthy, a senator, advisor to emperors. But he knew, if you're only comfortable in comfort, you're a slave to it. One day, comfort will be taken from you. Illness, loss, catastrophe. And if you've never practiced discomfort, you'll collapse. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, writes in his journal, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being." He's the most powerful man in the world. He could stay in bed, do nothing, indulge every comfort. But he gets up, because comfort is a trap. Epictetus, born a slave, says it even more bluntly. I must die. Must I die groaning? I must be imprisoned. Must I whine as well? I must be exiled. Can anyone keep me from going with a smile? The Stoics didn't try to eliminate suffering. They trained for it. Cold baths, hunger, exhaustion. Deliberately. Not masochism. Preparation. Because they knew, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training. And if you've trained yourself only for comfort, you're not ready for life. Here's the paradox. The more you avoid discomfort, the more you suffer. Because you become so fragile that everything hurts. A delayed flight, a cold room, a hard conversation, a workout. Unbearable. Why? Because you've lost your tolerance. But if you practice discomfort, you build resilience. And life stops feeling so hard. Not because it gets easier, because you get stronger. The Stoics knew comfort is the enemy of strength. So they chose hardship, on purpose. Dostoevsky took it even further. In Notes from Underground, he writes, "Suffering is the sole origin of consciousness. You don't feel alive when everything's easy. You feel alive when you struggle. Resist. Overcome. Pain is proof you exist." The Underground Man argues against utopia. Imagine a world where everything's perfect. No suffering, no struggle, just comfort and pleasure. Sounds great, right? He says, it's hell. Because humans don't want comfort. Not really. They want life. And life requires friction. Man is sometimes extraordinarily, passionately, in love with suffering. Not because we're broken, because suffering makes us real. When you're comfortable, you're numb, detached, watching life happen from a distance. But when you suffer, when you push through pain, face fear, endure hardship, you're present, alive, awake, conscious. Comfort offers pleasure, but suffering offers meaning. And we need meaning more than we need pleasure. And neuroscience backs this up. Your brain has a reward system, dopamine, the molecule of motivation and pleasure. But here's how it works. Dopamine isn't released when you get the reward. It's released in anticipation of the reward. When you're hunting, pursuing, struggling towards something, the effort is the high, not the achievement. And dopamine is relative, comparative. If getting food requires no effort, just open the app, it arrives, your brain barely responds. But if you had to hunt, track, cook, massive dopamine hit. Same food, different meaning. And here's the trap. Modern life is engineered for minimal effort, maximum reward. Swipe, click, delivered. Your brain gets flooded with easy dopamine over and over. And it stops responding. You develop tolerance, like a drug addict. You need more, bigger hits, more stimulation. But nothing works, because the problem isn't the dose, it's the ease. Your brain is designed to reward effort, not access. So when everything's effortless, nothing feels good. You're not depressed, you're dopamine dysregulated, overstimulated and under-rewarded. And the solution? Increase the effort, decrease the ease. Make your brain work for the reward. Stop outsourcing struggle, start creating it. Because without resistance, there's no satisfaction. So what do? Reject all comfort? Become a monk? Suffer for suffering's sake? No. This isn't about asceticism. It's about strategic discomfort. Choosing hardship. On purpose. In specific ways. To wake yourself up. Start small. Cold showers. Sounds trivial. It's not. Every morning, your brain says, no, stay warm, stay comfortable. And you say, no, I'm doing the hard thing. That moment, that choice against comfort, builds something. Not just physical resilience, psychological sovereignty. You prove to yourself, I can do hard things. My comfort is not my master. Hard workouts. Not because you want to look good, because you want to feel something. Burn, struggle, push past the voice that says stop. Your body wants to quit. You don't. That gap between what your body wants and what you choose, that's where you find yourself. Difficult conversations, the ones you've been avoiding. Conflict, honesty, vulnerability. Uncomfortable, painful even, but real, alive. Comfort keeps you safe and small and alone. Discomfort makes you grow. Creative struggle, not consuming, creating, writing, building, making something that doesn't exist yet. It's hard. You'll fail. It'll feel bad. But it's real effort, real reward, not the fake dopamine of scrolling, the real satisfaction of making. And here's what happens. When you practice discomfort, comfort becomes a gift again. The hot shower after the cold plunge, the meal after the fast, the rest after the effort. It feels good again, because you earned it. You're not entitled, you're grateful, and life stops feeling flat. Comfort promised happiness. It delivered numbness. The last man has everything, and he's empty. The Stoics had less, and they were free. You're not built for comfort. You're built for struggle, growth, resistance. Life isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be alive. So stop optimizing for easy. Start choosing what matters. Take the cold shower. Have the hard conversation. Make the thing. The question isn't, how can I be more comfortable? It's, what am I willing to struggle for? That's where you'll find meaning. Comfort is killing you. Slowly, one easy day at a time. So stop. Choose the hard thing. Start living again.